Hello, and welcome back to the Sweet and Spicy Podcast. My name is Kate.
And I'm Cecily.
And this is Supervisor Mochi.
He's laying like a baby.
He likes to be held and laid like a baby.
Sorry, I just realized. There. It was knocked over.
No.
So I picked it up.
That's not good. Happy 1 year.
Woo!
This is 1 year in the making.
Dun dun dun.
Actually, it's been over a year in the making at this point.
It's over a year in the making. It's just a year of actually, existing.
Of creating. Of existence. Yeah, we've been talking about doing this podcast. I believe it's, 22? Is this 2022?
Probably.
And we started it in 25, so it's been 3 or so years in the making, and then now it's
been a minute or 3.
Yeah. We even made the Instagram and everything forever ago. So if you're ever curious as to why the Instagram is so long, it has been made so long ago, that's why. I swear we're not bots.
No, we just
sat there empty forever.
Well, we have real jobs and stuff, so
I know. It's frustrating.
The whole eyebrow thing going on again.
You've become self-aware of your eyebrows again?
Ugh. I don't know why. Anyhow, just disregard.
Okay.
It's gonna bug me.
I know it will.
I don't understand why it does that. It doesn't look like that when I do it. I don't know. I give up.
It's just the thing.
I give up.
Anyway. So, as this is our 1 year, we're not covering a book today. We're actually going to be talking about us. So I totally understand if you want to skip this bonus episode.
But, rude, low-key.
Yeah, we're all friends here. So, I guess let's start with the year in review. Let's do Sweet and Spicy Wrapped here. I don't know if I can say that.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But
let's rewind and look at the year, basically. So, would you do anything different?
I mean, obviously I would, try to be a little more on top of content, but it's hard with my real adult job, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I'm pretty happy with how I review my books, because I tell you what they're about, whether I liked it, and if I didn't like it, I tell you very nicely that I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I still think it's important. I like that we acknowledge that if we don't like a book, it's still a good book. Because I know there are people who review books, and they're just I hated it. And it's great, you hated it, but what did you hate about it? And because I can say there's been a few books that are not I wouldn't reread them, they're not my favorite, but it was still a well-written book, and if you're into those things, it's good, and I feel like that's something we do pretty well, that, you know,
it's...
If you're into it, you'll like it, not just, oh, I hated it, so it sucked, because I obviously, the world is not just about my opinion, unfortunately.
Books are never inherently bad, necessarily. Obviously,
yeah, I think
there's a few of them that people can stumble upon. They're like, oh, okay, no, I don't want to deal with this one.
Which is
but
fair.
I think in the grand scheme of the ones that we read, they're not inherently bad. They're just not the ones that we have said that we're not a fan of, we say because it just didn't do anything for us. And here's the thing, too. It might have not done a thing for me, but it might tickle Cecily's fancy. And that's the difference between our two, tastes, too. Because there are some books that you read that I liked that you're like, why?
This is true.
But then there's other ones that she's like, oh, this is so great. I loved it so much that I'm like, why? So...
Because it's good and you're wrong.
There's one that I keep wanting your husband to read. And you're just like, you're like, I'm not really that into it. And I'm like, that's fine, but your husband needs to read it.
Which one?
The Butcher and Blackbird one.
Oh.
Because you're just...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
And it's a very good book. And Cecily would agree that it probably is a very good book. She's just never read it. She likes the concept and stuff of it, but...
In theory. And then I'm just like, eventually I might read it, but, like, I don't know. I really like fantasy books because I like to escape the real world.
Except you won't read Fourth Wing.
I don't know why I haven't read that one yet. I don't have a valid explanation there.
I don't know if
or
you could hear
for
Mochi.
Court of Thorns and Roses, I don't have anything there except too many people like it.
Okay.
And that makes me side-eye things, which I know is weird.
So here's the thing about A Court of Thorns and Roses. We're going to talk about the elephant in the room. We've mentioned it before. I've read 2 of them and got halfway through the third one. And I was listening to them. I was listening to the graphic audio specifically, and that's important because it's not just like the one person reading it. It's the graphic audiobook. So it's the one that's like, is like a movie in your head is how they describe it. And I read it that way, or I listened to it that way, because I loved the Fourth Wing one. I loved how they did Fourth Wing. It was beautifully done. But I tried to give it a fighting chance. Because I'm someone who doesn't always get, like, attached to the slow burn kind of fantasy. Okay, I'm not like
That's a big factor, too.
I'm not like the big, like, yearn for somebody for 3 or 4 books kind of thing.
No.
Or 2 books. Or, hey, I'm going to be with this one guy for a book and then transfer to this other guy.
If we are not boning by book 1, I am seriously disgruntled.
There is none in the first book.
See? Like,
So there's a big part of me that, like, got through those books, and I was trying really hard to get through it. It's nothing against the author or anything. It's well written. Like, I understand why so many people like it. It's personally just not my cup of tea. I know that my mom absolutely loved it. She read the entire series of what's out right now. She loved it. Yes, I talked to my mother about books. No, we're not going to go any further about that because we don't talk that much about them. My mother was reading that book and she told me about it and I was like, "You're reading A Court of Thorns and Roses?" And she goes, "Yeah, I figured I'd start it. I like the fantasy stuff." And I was like, "Have you read Fourth Wing?" And she said, "No, not yet." And I said, "After you get done with these ones, you should probably read that." And she's like, "What's it about?" And I was like, "Well, it has some of the same content in it that my podcast is about that
Your mom reads fairy smut.
Oh, my mom has read smut the entire time I've been alive. And the reason I know that, okay, is because she had a Kindle. Like, my entire life, she's had like 3 or 4 of them. And if I was walking by her, that screen got tilted so that I couldn't see the words. So I know that in some realms, it stopped tilting as I got older because she was like, "You know what? This is going to be more embarrassing for you at this point than it will be for me." She also well knew that I was reading things because suddenly I had all this weird knowledge that she did not partake on me. And
I didn't teach you that.
She either thought that it was the internet or the fact that I was reading on my phone all the time. Because I did start on Wattpad, and then I switched to AO3. And so that's why trigger warnings don't bother me. I can get through almost anything because of my AO3 journey. I won't lie, sometimes if a certain ship sparks my fancy, I still hop on over there.
Nice.
I will hop on over there. Because I'm like, this isn't canon. Or it is canon, I just haven't, gotten to that part yet. But I want the love. So we're gonna hop on over. So sometimes that just happens. And that's fine. But yeah, back to this is why we haven't covered A Court of Thorns and Roses. I personally do read Fourth Wing. I enjoy Fourth Wing. I
You haven't done it yet, though.
No, and the reason being is, one, it's not completed. Two, I feel like I only would cover Fourth Wing and not Iron Flame or Onyx Storm. And I've read them both. I've read all 3 books, right? But Onyx Storm, I think me and a lot of other people, it was hard to get through Onyx Storm. Because there's a lot of information pummeled at you at one time. And it's a lot of like, okay, well, I need to remember that, and I need to remember that. She has this entire story planned out, and it's amazing. And it's a beautiful world and everything like this. But I can't tell you about anything else without ruining it for you without only telling you about Fourth Wing. So I can tell you about Fourth Wing, and we will eventually cover we will eventually cover Violet and, you know, Xaden, who I love. But I'm a sucker for shadow daddies, okay? But that's the reasoning you might not see us covering those very big books, is because, one, I'm not a big fan of ACOTAR. I've read it, I can't get through it, but I understand why so many people do like it. I
just haven't tried yet. I should at least give it a college try.
I think you would like it. You just have to go into it knowing that the first book doesn't have spice in it. The second one does. And it's pretty much in the beginning. Like, first couple chapters. From what I remember, I read it a while ago.
Like,
maybe I'll try it again. Maybe I just wasn't in the mindset for it. 'Cause here's the thing. I devoured the first one knowing that there was no spice in it. I devoured the second one knowing, you know, that there wasn't going to be a lot. And then I got through like halfway of the third one, and I'm just like, yeah.
Me.
And I think it was genuinely because I was just like trying so hard to get to a certain place, and I'm just like, I don't know what that place is anymore.
I feel like I wish I had read it before it became popular, because
yes,
if I had gone in blind, it would probably be different. But now I feel like there's an expectation, and then if I don't meet it, I'm gonna be like, dang it. But like,
I will say that also because I got spoiled for a lot of it. I've been spoiled on a lot of that book. On that book series.
Yeah, that would be other part, too.
Like,
which I don't know a lot of spoilers because I haven't paid attention to them. But, I mean, it would be cool in the sense that I know they have, like, all these balls and stuff.
Yeah. There's this one very big, like, this massive spoiler that pretty much everybody knows about. It's, like, right after the first book. And people were getting tattoos of this spoiler and being like, oh my god, I love him. He's so great. I'm trying not to, like, say anything because I don't know if you've heard the spoiler, if you've been avoiding it, so I'm not going to tell you.
I know nothing.
But basically, it's a big spoiler, and I'm trying not to talk about it much. But that was a big reason of, like, hi, Mochi, of me being like, well, maybe I'll read it, maybe I won't. Okay, I'm gonna read it, but yeah, I knew what was gonna happen, so part of me was like, no. So,
moving on from that, though.
Yes. I guess, yeah, where else do you want to see?
I think I finally want to hit on the Ribbon novels, and I want to talk to the author about it and let her know. She's great. She has a whole group. She has a Patreon. I'm a part of it. I don't think those books will be everyone's cup of tea because there's a lot of... the main character endured a lot of trauma and abuse.
Yeah.
And some of it is mentioned and depicted.
There's going to be a lot of trigger warnings for those.
Yeah, there's a lot of trigger warnings. And then she does put triggers on the pages. Like, stop reading here, start reading here if you just want to avoid those sections. So she's good about doing that because it is like when the character was a child, so it is pretty rough. And I think I've always been nervous to cover it because of that, but I think I'm finally going to. Um, we have like, there's 12,000 of us, I think, on her Facebook group. And um, once you get into the series, you're addicted to it. Because I've read, she's like on her 10th book. It's all about, the cool part is you have the main set of characters. Mm-hmm. And the fairies, because there's fairies, there's dragons, there's werewolves, there's witches, vampires, trolls, frost giants. Like, there's all these things. And there's also a whole supernatural group that she made up.
Oh, that's cool.
That's like part ninja, part Viking, and they're like known as the protectors of the realms, and they have like their own private realm and a king and a queen. The main character is a princess of the Fae and a princess of the Hakira. That's the group she made up. And she's a great character. It's funny, very spicy. Like, she grows out of her trauma. She still has setbacks and stuff. And so it's very much about overcoming that trauma and living your best life. But the Fae have a thing with the ribbon, which is basically alternate realities. Cool. So as like the light reflects, through a prism, and the different layers of the ribbon. So basically, she's twice, the way she is with her mate is like twice light bound as a Fae. They can go into the alternate realities and fix other versions of her life because it was so traumatic. So she has alternate
I'm excited for
stories.
You to talk about
it's really cool.
I also don't want you to spoil too much, though.
It's really cool, but she's got several books, lots of characters. I laugh out loud when I read some of it because there's like a certain character in there who's a beta and he's hilarious, and he's like, everyone thinks they're always so serious, and he's serious and excellent at his job, but he also brings the comedic relief. And then she has a Patreon. And every day there's an outtake posted, sometimes more. And she has like all these storylines started for all these stories. And she works really hard on it. And the coolest part, which I think, and this has been a thing because I don't want people to shade her for this, but she self-edits with the help of another lady. And she publishes them on Amazon. And I don't have one nearby. But she does like the big version of the book.
Oh, okay.
So it's like almost textbook size. And she does it to make them as cheap as possible for everyone to buy it. She's not, like, trying to just print out whatever and let them do. She maintains a lot of control, but she also gets so excited when she's writing that there are some parts that don't get edited completely. So there are, like, some typos or some mistakes like that. And I know a lot of people...
in every book, though, too.
I know, but a lot of people really jump on that, and I've never wanted to, like, cause her to have to experience dealing with that from a new audience. And I don't want it to sound like I'm like condemning it because I know why it's there and it doesn't bother me. But that's one of the things. But that would be a huge episode.
I think that is one of those things where it really depends on how you started reading romance, though, too. Because me and you both kind of started on the internet free websites of, like, people putting their own stories out there.
Yeah,
and, like,
it's never bothered me to figure that out. Well, here's the fun part. I actually, in school, I had a friend. She wrote books. And I would read her books, and like I didn't know what she was talking about in some of this stuff.
Your there was camera a book is bouncing.
Sorry, that's my fault because I can't stop.
I just thought it was funny because you're just like dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
She wrote books, and I think it was about anime characters. Is it like Inuyasha, an old anime or something?
I don't know.
That would be older than you. You would not know. Okay, anywho.
I'm newer to animes and stuff anyway. I mean,
I just
I've watched them for a couple
remember
years, but...
it was these characters, and she was writing a book, and, like, one of them was, like, walking one, like, on a leash, and I was like, what the heck is this? Like, I had no idea what this was. So it was, like, a learning curve, because I would read the books, and I liked them, and I would, like, help her edit them. And then I had another friend who wrote a book, which I think hers actually ended up publishing. I need to try to find it. I was in class with her, and she wrote this really cool, like, Spy Kids kind of young adult romance. They weren't like Spy Kids, but there was like spy elements. It was actually really cool too.
I
So
was
like
that
I'm
friend.
used yeah, I'm used to reading that from people. And so when I moved like online and found stuff to read, it was the same thing. Like, you know, it doesn't bother me if there's like a typo or something. And then I started later in life again when I picked it back up. Dream app and the freaking all the apps to read on and stuff, which they charge
Yeah.
you, which sucks. But that's the thing, the ribbon
Wattpad
novels.
even charges now on a lot of
Yeah.
their stuff.
She doesn't charge for her books on there. She keeps it free.
Oh, that's good.
And then once she publishes it, it's just a few free chapters, and then you have to go get the published version. But like,
which a lot of people used to do on Wattpad though too, where they would like
Yeah.
start out and put it all out, and then it was like, hey guys, just as a heads up, in this many months, I am publishing it.
Yeah.
So if you want to read it, you're gonna have to buy it. The first ever spicy book I bought was actually a book that I bought off of Wattpad, and I usually used my mom's Amazon account. I made my own Amazon account so that I could have Kindle, so that I could buy it. Because I didn't want my mom to know.
So, yeah, my stuff was always on the download, too. One of the first books I read, actually, my cousin or somebody, I don't know who, but somebody had left it up in my grandma's house, and I found it, and I was reading it because it looked interesting, and it was set in the Civil War. Then it starts talking about people having sex, and I was like, whoa, and it wasn't just talking about it, it was, like, actual descriptions. It was not the Harlequin.
Granny smut.
It was not the Harlequin on the front, and I mean, I am, like, a granny, so that tracks. But it wasn't my granny's, though, because she saw me reading it and asked where I got it, and she took a look, because I asked her, I made the mistake of saying I didn't understand a word, and she took the book to look, and she's like, where did you get this? And I was like, in the other room. She's like, don't read this. Didn't want me reading it, because one of the scenes in that book that I vividly remember, he takes her to an island, and he's got her held up, like, on a swing, and he's like playing with her with an ice cube. I was like a freshman when I read that.
Oh, okay. So you were older.
8th grade or a freshman. Well, see, that was the first time when I read it and truly understood what I was reading. Because before it was kind of like, you know, I knew, but I didn't. I was very sheltered. When I started finding stuff in high school, though, then I knew a little bit more. And then now as an adult, I just find it and it's whatever.
Yeah. I was always the friend who definitely wrote the books. I was a big, like, fangirl back in the day. I was a big fan of a certain boy band, which we've talked about on this podcast before. I don't remember what episode we talked about it on, but we did talk about it. It's been a while. But it was 5 Seconds of Summer. I was obsessed. They were my first concert, okay? I was obsessed with 5 Seconds of Summer. But specifically, I was like a drummer fan, which he was the oldest out of all of them. I don't know why I went for the one that was above age and not the singer who was below age.
Because when you're younger, you always want an older guy because it makes you feel special.
Yeah, anyway. But, like, I did this whole thing, like, I wrote this whole book that got pretty popular, and I think we had talked about that, too. It actually got pretty popular, and I wish I kind of had kept it. I deleted it off of Wattpad, and that was the only draft I ever had of it. And people were like, I should have, because it was pretty popular. And I do remember people, like, going onto my page, because at that point, when I deleted it, it was, Wattpad had, like, you had your homepage, where people could comment on your homepage and stuff, because, like, you would put announcements and everything on there. Because I deleted it, like, years after I finished it and published it. Like, published it. I didn't publish it. Like, put it on the Wattpad. And, like, it was years and years later that somebody came, like, that I deleted it. And, like, I had a bunch of people on my page being like, oh my god, did you take it down, like, to edit it? Did you, like, do this to, like, work on it some more? Because I rushed the ending, because I, like, even put in the ending. I was like, hey guys, so sorry. I rushed this, because I fell out of love with writing it. Even my rushed ending, though, people were like, oh my god, I loved it. It was so good. I can't imagine what you would have written if, like, you hadn't have, you know, fallen out of love with this, whatever. It was very short. It wasn't like a long one, but I had I had viewer retention, like reader retention. Um, but yeah, no, I was really sad when I deleted it. I deleted like everything off of there. I wrote like a bunch of werewolf smut, cause
That I would have read.
I know you would.
Well, and
I did get into werewolf a lot.
That's honestly probably what my books will be a lot of this year or this season will be. A lot of the authors that I started with on the apps have published books and everything, so I think I'm going to compile everything that I've read and update notes and, put them out there. Because there's like another series called the Aztec Wolf series. It's amazing. There's the Dr. Luna series. I'm really big on series with universes because I like following characters. I like staying in the story. I don't like reading stuff and then, falling in love with a character and then that's it. That's it.
I would like to actually read through a lot of the books that we got when we were
that too. we have plenty of material.
We do. It's really just work has honestly, like, our adult work has really been kicking our butts recently.
For sure.
And trying to keep up with this has been really hard, which is why we're taking such a long break, guys. We're trying to, like, take that time to, one, recuperate our brains. Because both of us, I feel like both of us also agree to this, is we're trying to chuck out, like, each of us are trying to chuck out a book in 2 weeks, which is not too bad. But when you start to get back into the series that we maybe read previously and don't have notes on and need to reread it so we can write our notes, that's when we get, like, a little bit like, oh my god, like, maybe I shouldn't have done this, maybe I should, so you might see less series from us, and if we do cover a series, maybe we only cover the first book. So keep in mind that, we are still trying to read these books and get through them, but a lot of the times we're running out of material we've previously read that we can just quickly reread or, like, skim through again. We're starting to, like, find new material. And like new to us, which is great. Like, don't get me wrong, this is fantastic. I'm so happy that I'm able to
It's a good problem
do
to have.
Yes. It's a wonderful problem for us.
I found some quirky pieces that I feel like fall into, they're romantical, but they don't actually have spice in them. So I've actually found some more books, I think, that'll go for the sweet episodes without.
Yeah, because we haven't done, like, a single one this
But they're
season.
being, like, I mean, I still count some of those as sweet because the spice is, like, but as far as, like, no spice, I have found a series that I'm excited about. It's, like, based in Florida, so it's about, like, funky, like, cryptid, crazy Florida man mysteries, but it is like a couple, so there is, like, I guess, tension and stuff. It's romantical without being smut, and I feel like that fits the bill for those who want to read books that don't have, body parts in motion.
That is something that we will try to be better about too, is mixing in the sweet and the spicy, because recently we've just been doing spicy this past season, and we would like to come back to the sweet.
I still defend some of those should just be sweet, because there's
some of ours are definitely, I put the spicy tag on them. Oh my god, I put the spicy tag on them because it still has it. It's not closed door.
It's
not fade to
definitely
black.
Minimal spice. It's a diet spice.
Yes.
So, like, we just haven't covered any no spice, but we have covered some 1s and 2s.
Yeah. We definitely covered some lighter ones.
But yeah, I'm getting more ads for books that aren't just, smutty werewolf books.
Yeah. I'm excited for,
We still need to do Haunting Adeline.
You're gonna make me reread that.
I need to reread it because I never finished the second one.
You didn't.
And I think
read
there's
both
a third
of them
now too. Or there's gonna be or something.
So technically, there's a third. They're,
but I don't know if it's like
interconnected, standalone stuff.
Yeah, but the first two are kind of like
Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline are the same. But there is a prequel, which is the Sibby one.
Yeah.
Which
That
is
one
a
was
whole...
wild.
That one was wild! I
That
got you to
one-
read that because one of my friends told me, hey, by the way, if you're gonna start it, you have to read this one first. And I was like, huh? And she's like, trust me, like, she was like, listen, like, you'll get a little, it'll be
Reading
wonky,
that one
either one, but
was
that one's first.
Wild.
Yes.
Because I was like, dang, this is crazy. And then you get to the end and you're like, oh we crazy. We not just like, wow, we are crazy.
I have a couple series that I still want to cover. One of them is Haunting Adeline. Again, that's one of the ones that we really are only gonna cover the first book. Maybe that prequel. Maybe you can cover that prequel and I'll cover the book.
I thought you did the prequel on an episode.
I don't think so.
I thought you did.
Maybe I did.
I mean, I feel like we could like touch on it and stuff without just.
Yes.
We could always make that a special episode.
Yeah, we can.
Because
you guys are essentially a part of our now brainstorm meeting.
Yeah. Welcome to the... I don't know what my mouth just did. Welcome to the session. Please submit your ideas to the inbox. Thanks.
Yes. So, kind of getting back on track here. We both kind of... There is, actually. We both kind of discussed how we got into the romance, genre. How we've kind of gotten into this whole thing. We've discussed on the pod elsewhere, like how we became friends, all that fun stuff. But I have some questions for us to answer. Cecily has no idea what these questions are. She entrusted me, which is never a good idea.
I don't even know if I really entrusted you. I just wasn't good about arguing.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess one of the things is, what kind of media do you enjoy? Like, what is some of your favorite... I see that. What is your favorite media? Like, what are you currently ingesting media-wise that isn't spicy books?
I like watching The Masked Singer and Extraction.
Okay.
And I'm going to be tuning into Bridgerton.
I haven't watched the new season of
Catching up on
yet.
Bridgerton.
I want to wait until the next couple episodes. I have to. I want to wait until the next couple episodes come out and then binge the whole thing.
I can't wait any longer.
That's typically what I do.
I can't wait any longer because there's just too many things coming out.
I have heard that there's another carriage scene.
I've heard there's an impending death, and I'm devastated, and I'm assuming that I feel like they're making it to be a big thing, but I feel like it'll end up being King George. And
I know the impending death because I read the books.
Well, don't tell me.
I'm not going to.
Like, I have...
If they follow the books, it's kind of important for this person to...
Well, if it's... See, there's the one thought that I have based on the one book, or...
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, most of what I'm consuming media-wise is TV, and, like, people who create one-person skits on... one-actor skits on TikTok.
Oh, I love those.
Y'all are precious and entertaining.
Are you talking about Bistro Huddy?
That one, I watched that one. I watch a lot. Because there's that one. I'm really behind on Hell's Bells, but then there's also...
Oh, yeah, Hell's Bells. Obviously, we rewatched that one because we've covered that
Bimo the Prince with his God and Jesus and the Millennial and the Gen Z, like all of those. Like, the people who do those, they entertain me and I appreciate them.
I love them.
They are a light in a dark world.
Yes, they are. I love when they come up on my feed. I've been super into, obviously we've talked about, I read a lot of comics. So do you, actually.
Not lately.
Like,
I really don't read a ton of comics. I just like Lore Olympus.
Yeah, I know.
I tried comics and it's like, but then it's like, nah.
There's spicy comics too, which you might like better. But anyway, I digress. I personally read a lot of, like, the comics, like I said. There's an ambulance outside my window, I'm sorry.
No, there's a cat on my bed.
Oh. Yeah, they're
trying to
sirening.
see what she was doing.
I'm so sorry if y'all can hear the sirens. Apparently there's
Barely.
like 7 cops and like 3 ambulances. It's a loud one. I don't know if
Okay.
that's true or not. I can't see.
In your neighborhood?
No, I live right next to the main road, remember?
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's fair.
So, anyway, I'm not saying what main road because, that's. Y'all don't need to know where I live. Um, but, yeah, so I read comics and stuff, but I really want to read the light novels now of this because I need to know what happens. I've been obsessed with Apothecary Diaries, which Cecily needs to watch. It's an anime. It's so wonderful. It's a kind of a romance mystery anime. It is so good. You would actually really like it. And they have light novels, which are basically they have the comic
Listen,
pages and then also
I
it's a novel.
realize I'm not into the Japanese stuff because I like anime, but I love the K-pop stuff.
This you will love.
I don't know.
I
Somebody needs to write me a spicy Demon Hunter story.
Oh, I like Demon Hunter. I have to get back into Demon Hunter. Currently, though.
No, I mean like the K-pop Demon Hunters, not Demon Slayer.
I'm sure. Check AO3. I'm sure.
I know,
it's
but
on
I want like a legit similar. I don't know. I don't want just a retelling.
there. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I did get an ad for a book that said if you liked K-pop Demon Hunters, you'll like this book, and I was kind of like,
so anyway, that I've been really into, that. But then I've also like been rewatching My Hero Academia because it just finished, and I am not completed with it. Like I never got past. I think it was like season 6. I like watched season 6 like halfway through, and then I never finished it. Or season 5 halfway through, and I never finished it. I think it was season 5, and it is done. And I really want to see the ending. Because spoiler alert, like most people, my favorite character is Bakugo. Besides Bakugo, though, I love Jiro, which most of y'all that don't watch that show probably don't know who I'm talking about. But again, I'm only season 5.5 right now. I think I've rewatched it, so it's been a while since I've seen it. Because that was like all that was out was season 5 when I last watched it, so it's been a couple years. So yeah, that's what we're kind of reading and watching and doing right now. Going into to the actual questions that I have now. You ready?
I'm ready.
What is a big ick that you've seen in a book that actually made you DNF it?
I have a complex of wanting to know what happens, so even if something gives me the ick, I don't think I've actually DNF'd anything.
Okay. So I guess what's something that has given you the ick in a book then?
Sometimes the age gaps they explain away can give me the ick.
I'll agree with that. Some of them, but then I remind myself it's just a book. Like some of them do get a little like when she's freshly 18 and it's somebody that's been like,
or like
in
when
her
they're
life
16
the entire
and they
time.
can when they're 16 and their mate's actually like their uncle or something or their family friend. I'm
Yes.
just like
Yeah, I think that also comes with the fact that we're
like
older.
I have thoughts about it. Yeah, as a kid I don't think it ever would have crossed my mind, but now as a soon to be 36-year-old lady I am just like no.
Yeah, I think one of the books
Bad.
that I read, the guy was like 34 and she was like freshly 18. And I was like, yeah, and now I'm like, no. But I'm not knocking anybody whose age gap is that, because as you get older, you start to develop your brain a little bit more.
It's just a little different.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what's icky to me. I don't know.
I know one
it's
of yours
kinda
because
like
it's the same thing with mine. I know exactly one of yours.
the Dead Love book. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is ooh, but I was like, it's still good.
Yeah.
And then now I've convinced myself, dang it, I actually like that book, and I got the other one to read.
You
So
did.
I'm a
And we met her.
problem. Yeah, I'm a problem because I don't just do not finish a book because I got a note.
I do know one of yours, and maybe you just skipped over this in some of your things, or maybe you're just completely like, nope, I don't want to think about it. It's when the werewolf books have one of them shift and one of them is not shifted.
Oh, I have been like, nope. But see, most of those that I found have usually been on the apps, not in an actual book I'm in. So it's like a short, and I'm just like, oh, we're into that.
To be fair, that's, yeah. Which,
not paying,
if you're
not
into
using
that,
my coins on that one.
I guess if you're into that, that's your thing. I'm
not. More power to you, but for me, it gives me the
yeah.
Just no.
Yeah. And we're not talking like half shifted. I'm talking full shift.
Oh. I mean, I don't know if this would really constitute, but like books where it's very much daddy little girl, I'm not the vibe.
I'm not either.
Like I don't mind if you're like call me daddy or whatever, but it's like when it's daddy little girl specifically,
yeah,
and like treats her like a baby, like littles. Yeah, I'm not into that.
I'm not.
But
either,
usually, usually you can tell that from the book, so I don't ever even start it because I'm just like.
But I do know some people who are into that, and you know what? More power to you. If that is what you're into, that's what you're into. I mean, I have some stuff that I know that some of my people are like, "You're into what?" I'm like, it's fine.
As long as y'all are happy and two consenting adults and who communicated, I don't care what you do.
Exactly. All right. What is one of the best lines you've come across in a romance book? You can paraphrase it because obviously some of it's hard to remember off the top of your head, but
I really just because I want to. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. That's a classic.
I've never read that.
That is from Gone with the Wind.
I know, I've never read it. I've never seen the movie either.
Listen, as a child... Okay, so, and I know... This is a tangent. I know people have a lot of problems, and I can understand why they have the problems for anything that is, like, Civil War, pre-slavery, post-slavery, antebellum South, that kind of stuff. I understand. I don't think we should bring any of that back. Like, but as a child who grew up in the South, there's a nostalgia to it that, like, kind of grips you. And, like, obviously, I'm an educated individual. I know about the problems. I keep myself informed. And I'm not saying that you know, people should embrace these things. I see him. He's, like, looking. He's judging me. But I love Gone with the Wind. I adore Gone with the Wind. In the fantasy sense of it, I adore Gone with the Wind. I don't adore the actual historical events taking place around all that, but I freaking love that book. I read that book in middle school because I have, what do they call it? Hyperlexia. I had a very advanced reading level from a young age. I read through a lot of the books available at my school. It was a new school. It did not have a very good library. And I was out of material. My teacher, who taught our reading comprehension class in 6th grade, she kept classic literature, extra books, and she assigned points to them and would give us AR tests for them and stuff.
Yeah.
So I got like 50 points for Gone with the Wind. But I also like totally fell in love with the book. I own a copy. I love it. It makes me happy. I like the freaking book, okay? And then I watched the movie. I have not watched the movie. I saw that it was on something the other day, and I thought about watching it, but I don't watch the movie as often. But I do. I love the book, and there is a sequel to the book that not a lot of people know about. It's called Scarlet. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, the original author of Gone with the Wind, Margaret Mitchell, died, but she had notes for this book, so somebody used those notes and wrote the second book. And the second book is actually... It's kind of like a spicy book, because Gone with the Wind, obviously, there's a lot going on. Scarlet is a mess. And her and Rhett Butler at the end, you know, he goes his way, she goes her way. So in this book, it picks up, She tries to go to Charleston, where he was from, to try to like reconnect with him, and he's like, "What the heck are you doing here?" And there's like all this drama and all this stuff, and they like reconnect a little bit, and then of course it all goes sour. She ends up going to Ireland with her, and because her dad was from Ireland, and she ends up finding the family that's related, she's related to. She meets them in Savannah. She ends up going to Ireland, moving to Ireland, buys the old town that the O'Haras had there, like is redoing it, and there's a Cailleach, which is the Irish witch, who like befriends her daughter, and they all call her daughter a changeling, and it gets really dramatic. But she meets this lord, but like there's actual like spicy scenes. They're not super in depth, but there are spicy scenes. Like her and Rhett capsize in a boat, and they like throw themselves at each other, and he's like, "We were just celebrating survival, it didn't mean anything." So that's when she leaves. And then she does like take a lover at one point, because there's this like old fashioned thing about all the parties. It's something so silly too, like if you put a platter of sandwiches outside your door, it like signified that your lover could come in. And her first time at one of them, she was like, "It was so thoughtful of them to put the platter of sandwiches. I ate every one. I was so hungry in the middle of the night." And the lady's laughing because like everyone's gonna think she was just whoring it up the whole night because all the sandwiches were gone. And it was just like, history is wild, y'all. But anywho, she meets this lord, and they're like, it's an English lord, and this is right around like English-Irish tensions and all that jazz. And her family's unhappy, the townspeople are unhappy, and it talks about like them racing their horses, and he like grabs her and kisses her, and he's like, "I'm going to marry you, and your daughter will be a lady." And it talks about how he grabs her boob when he's kissing her. And then she's like preparing to, like, she goes to a dressmaker that she usually goes to, who doesn't let anybody call her by her name unless they're like high royalty. When she hears that she's marrying the lord, and she's like, "This lord is the most eligible lord in the land who's never married anybody. She's marrying her, and she's an American Irish, and she has she's like," the dressmaker's whispering to herself about how this will be like the most scandalous and like well-known wedding of the century. And she's like, tells her, "Please call me by my name." And she's like making this gorgeous dress, and like Rhett comes and ends up saving her and taking her away. And it's just like, I love it. And if you like old lady Southern history things, you might like it too. If you don't, I understand. You don't have to. And I get
Mine's not going to be, my answer to this is not going to be that, pointed.
Well, I went on a whole tangent because of that line. But, like, other lines, I don't know. You can't ask me a question like that because, like, I should have thought about it. Because there are some books. There's a book I'm going to review for you that I started on an app. It's about a mob boss, and it's got, like, some paranormal aspects to it. But he calls her Solnishko, which is like my little son or whatever, my son in Russian. And
so my favorite is actually from the books that we just covered. Ilmari in Finnish tells Rachel that she's his love and to marry him. No. And he says it all the time to her. She has no idea what it means. But she says it all the time. He says it all the time to her when they're, spicing it up, and outside of the spice, and even when they're just hanging out. She has no idea what it means. And when they actually are coming to agree to get married, she's like, "Would you want to marry me?" He goes, "What do you think I've been saying to you?" And
not
she's like, "What do you mean?" He
bro.
goes, he's like, I tell you to marry me all the time. Like,
that don't count.
He's like,
bro.
I'm down.
No, when you do it like that, that don't count.
No, but the reason he did it was because he didn't want to scare her off, but he knew that was,
I mean, fair.
But anyway,
fair.
Who are your top 3 book boyfriends? I should have sent these to you. I'm sorry. Do you want me to answer this one first?
I'm thinking. I would definitely say Alpha Eric Connors from the Ribbon novel series that I am talking about, but I haven't covered yet.
Okay.
He is the man's man, numero uno. I mean, I gotta shout out Rhett Butler from Gone with the Wind because he was a founding factor in my growing up years of what a man is. Books I've read recently. I'm not gonna lie, the guy from Dead Love, he's creepy in the Hades hot kind of way that I vibes with. I vibes with it. Uh, ooh, and the Halloween Boys. That man is
okay.
that's the problem though. That man is messed up in the head, but I like it.
Wait, which Halloween boys? The pumpkins?
The first one. No. The series. I started the series. It's called The Halloween Boys, and like she's actually Death. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
No, the first Halloween boy that I wrote about, where he's like a demon. He has got major issues, but he's hot as.
So one of mine is obviously Lachlan Kane.
Obviously.
Obviously.
That one was coming.
From Leather and Lark, if y'all don't know that one. Another one, and these are in no particular order, by the way. Another favorite of mine from a book. So definitely, I love Josh from Lights Out. He's a big one for me. Hold on, let me look at my books for a second.
I know, I'm like, books I've read, books. Oh, I forgot somebody.
Honestly, third one, probably Omari Price. I like the crabs at the boy aquarium. I'm always a goalie fan, guys. What are you laughing about?
I'm just laughing at it.
Oh my god! I heard somebody call the rodeo the zoo, the boy zoo. And I forgot to tell you.
That's funny. Almost every single male character, male alpha vibe character that Vera Fox writes. So maybe I'm just in love with Vera Fox's masculine side. I don't know.
Maybe.
But as an author, just about every single male she writes is just peak.
To be honest, though, I love Mars, right? I love Ilmari. I love all of those male characters.
I think some of it comes down to... I love them all. I can say pretty confidently that almost every single main male character that she writes, that Vera Fox writes, down bad.
Yeah.
All of them.
We gotta do a Smash or Pass episode here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter the species. It doesn't matter, the equipment. If she wrote that male, I'm probably going to be in love with him.
That's funny.
So.
Alright. What microtrope is your favorite in a book?
Microtrope?
Mm-hmm. Mine is that this would be a terrible idea. Oh, it's definitely a terrible idea. Fuck it. F it. Sorry, I totally just cursed. We're gonna have to exit that out.
I'm gonna have to put more donkey noises.
You're welcome. That one. That is my favorite microtrope. This would be a terrible idea. Inconceivably. Which is why I like Fourth Wing so much. There's a moment in Fourth Wing of that. But the reason I love it so much is literally my husband had an F it moment for our first kiss. And so it's near and dear to my heart. So, to be fair.
I mean, is enemies to lovers considered a microtrope?
No, that's an actual trope.
Because, I mean, as an Aries, I like when fighting turns spicy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is a microtrope.
Okay, so as an Aries, I respect.
So if they're sword fighting and then she's on top and they start going at it, that's a micro. That's a micro, and you know what? That's a good one. I love that one too.
As an Aries, if we're getting spicy, we're getting angry spicy, and then we get spicy.
Have you seen My Lady Jane on
No, I
Prime.
haven't watched it.
Bro, you should watch it. It's so sad, and I'm gonna warn you right now, they canceled it, so it's literally no, and it's bull because everybody loved that show and they just didn't want to renew it, and I loved it so much. It was fantastic. But yeah, you should. And what's sad is that this one is spicy. This version is spicy. The original novels are YA novels.
That's extra sad.
So, yes. Anyway,
but, yeah.
So definitely watch that. What is your favorite cliche moment from our romance books?
Because even though I'm spicy, I like all the sappy moments when they're like, surprise, it's a proposal, look at this is our past, this is our history. Like, you know, you think he's pulling away, I don't know what's happening, all of that. It's like, he's been working on this dramatic surprise proposal because he loves you. That is a cliche.
My favorite,
and
one of my favorites, in the cliche moments, is when, like, her enemy is her mate in, like, werewolf books and stuff. That's, like, it's the most cliche thing. You know it's happening. You know that that's gonna happen.
But only when it's, like, a good enemy, not so much the they abused them enemy and bullied them. I don't like that because then I'm like, that ain't fair.
Like, I like when it's the rival alpha of the pack.
Yes. Like, if they're both...
Or my other favorite thing is when the enemy remembers something that she likes and makes her feel better. Like when he he remembers that she only sleeps with, like, she has to sleep with a stuffed toy, or a stuffed toy, I say, like a stuffed animal. Or she has to have, like,
or like they notice like
flower.
The creamer in her coffee and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
like when they notice more stuff than the actual mate or boyfriend, it's like,
yeah, when they notice more than, like, the actual people around her, that's one of my favorites.
I like.
Okay, here's a not a spicy question, but one that you're gonna be like, why are you asking me this? What trope do you secretly like that most people absolutely hate?
I don't know. What do people hate?
Pregnancy trope is a big one that people hate. Second chance trope is a big one people hate. Age gaps are actually one that a lot of people don't like.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of them.
I think I actually fall into the crowd with those, because...
You don't like the second chance either?
Not really, because I'm not a big believer in second chances, because I gave a second chance and it bit me in the ass.
That's fair.
I'm anti-second chance.
There's other ones.
I have a very strict policy of don't be a dick and you won't need a second chance. So
there's
that.
There's other ones where people hate, like, miscommunication tropes. That's a big one that people don't like.
Oh, I hate whenever there's, like, a female friend that they are blind to, that she's that. I hate that one with a passion. The female friend that's supposed to just be a friend, and, like, you're crazy, she's just a friend. No, dog, she's in love with you and she's trying to take you, and you're all like, no, she's not. And then, you know, she's trying to kill me, and you're like, oh my god, what happened?
So this question is turned into, which trope does Cecily hate?
That one. That one.
Okay, so I guess the one that I hate,
the extra female friend vibe. She's
honestly
my sister. No, she does not share DNA with you.
My biggest I hate it is miscommunication. Because we're changing the question now, since Cecily doesn't really know what her answer would have been for that. Mine, honestly, that I actually secretly like, is honestly a pregnancy trope. I think if it's done well, I don't mind it.
Quit knocking people up.
Listen. I understand sometimes when it's needed and when it's not. If you throw in a random pregnancy trope, I'm like, no, nah, dog. But I loved the Poppy arc in the books we just covered.
My husband said hi, but he also said, I don't like her. I don't know why.
Huh?
My husband doesn't like Poppy. He's not done with the
Why?
episode, but he's like, I don't like her.
Why?
He feels like she's playing the two of them and causing problems.
Okay, so the way that I described it probably seems that way. If he actually reads it, no.
Cause
She's
I
very
kind of felt
upfront
like,
with them.
cause see, I kind of felt like she sounded like me, and I'm like, you don't like her? This is a problem.
So she's very, actually, I think Poppy might be an Aries. I can't remember though. I can't remember. Maybe she's not. Actually, the more that I think about it, maybe she's not.
I mean, I have an Aries sun
No,
and then the Virgo
he
moon
needs
and
to
rising,
actually
so
read
either
them.
way.
He needs to actually read them, because he'll like them when he reads them, because
fair,
you'll learn that Poppy
not finished
is
the episode
not.
yet.
Yes, Poppy is not like that. It's very much a It's very much like the way I described it without giving things away. It does seem like that, but the more that you actually listen to it, she's not like that at all. She's very upfront with the fact that she's with both of them, and they're both vying for her kind of attention.
Okay.
She does not lie about it. She tells Colton. She tells, she tells Novi. Like, she tells Lucas and Colton about
I always tell
each
everybody
other.
to be very open and communicative with your partner, because I do that. I tell him straight up. So I'm just like, wait, you don't like her? Hold on, that's me.
Trust me,
like,
if he actually ends up reading it, which I think he should, he'll
I was
enjoy
just
it.
like, side eye, my guy. What?
Tess is my favorite character, though. Out of the girls, Tess is by far my favorite. Poppy's a close second, though. Okay. Is there a trope, like a big trope, that you think gets too much hype?
I don't think so.
For me, slow burn gets too much hype.
Oh, well, that's fair. I hate them.
They get too much hype. I understand people love the slow burn and they love the yearning, but like, you can yearn and not be slow.
That's fair. That's fair. I would agree with that.
Because, like, you can put the yearning in there of, like, somebody had them, or they had the chance and they didn't get it. Or, you know what? They're yearning for this person who they can't have because they're stuck being separated, but they each know that each other wants them. That's, like, the thing that I'm like, okay, this isn't okay slow. But, like, don't give me the neither one of them wants to admit their feelings for 3 books.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
And I understand some people love it, but, like, me, no.
Fake dating with the lack of communication. Like, at first it's like, adorable. Okay, now
so
they're going to get together.
You think the miscommunication part of it, though.
When you drag on a fake dating forever, you lose my interest. If we fake date and we're like, oh my god, we're in love and we move on, I like it. If we're fake dating and it lasts and there's constantly miscommunication because you just won't be like, actually, you know what? I know this is supposed to be fake, but I love you. That upsets me. I'm too direct to appreciate the nuances of that. And I think that's a big factor in a lot of what we read is our personalities. Because I am direct. I am blunt. I am harsh truth person. And
I like a good yearning moment of, like, they both love each other in this fake dating. But I'm okay with, like, 10 chapters or whatever of, like, the yearning. If you put a little bit more and it's because you get the different sides of the people, okay. But the minute I get past, like, 15 chapters and these people still have not even tried to hold hands, I'm like, bro, you have to know nobody thinks you're actually dating, first of all.
For real. Exactly.
Second of all, like, I hate mostly when they go back to, like, separate apartments and then don't see each other for, like, 2 weeks, if it's fake dating. Because it's like, I get that sometimes happens in relationships.
Yeah, but not that often. It's, like, glaringly obvious.
Yes, because if you're fake dating, you're trying to sell something. And if you're not with each other for, like, 2 weeks at a time, there's obviously something that, like, is going on. And especially I love when the best friends call it out, though, and they're like, you haven't even seen them in 2 weeks. You haven't even said a thing about them. It's like, it's fantastic. I think it's hilarious. But that was my last question. It's a very long episode.
It's not bad.
No, it's not. Not compared to the last one.
No. But, I mean, it's a good little break, and it's a reprieve, and it's nice to just kind of look back and make our plans for next season, and
bring you guys all along with us.
Yeah,
we are going to try to get better at content. We have a plan. We're not guaranteeing that the plan is going to work. But
there's a plan.
So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Thank you so much for joining us on this this big old year of Sweet and Spicy Pod, this nice and spicy books. If there's any other changes, we'll let you know. But otherwise, we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
And we'll be back on March 20th, I believe, is the date. That's what I mathed out, so.
Okay. We're going to take a good 5 weeks, guys.
Unless we were to just bump it to April, but I don't know.
I don't know. We're probably going to take about 5 weeks. 5 or 6 weeks. We'll decide. We need a break. We need a long break. We're going to take a long break. We're going to come back refreshed with some new books. Gives us some time to actually read through and get some notes up. It also gives us time to, buffer a couple episodes, because currently we record, edit, and release episodes the same week.
We're busy bees.
And we'd rather not be doing that. So we're going to have some fun along the horizon with you guys. Hopefully you join.
So before we started in
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody, by the way.
We started in February, and we did February, March, April, May, June, July. We took our first break in July.
We didn't take a long one, though.
We stopped in July of 2018, then we came back in August 15th. And we've been going. We went from August through October. We skipped December. Well, no, we did 2 in December. No, we didn't skip December.
No, we did.
We just did a small break in January. So yeah, we've earned a break. I was just checking.
We even posted through when we were gone on our stuff, our little when we were gone for a week.
Oh yeah, for the conference.
Thank you for the conference. Yes.
So yeah,
for the Smut Lovers Conference.
We've earned a break, guys.
We have. We need one. We're burning out right now, and we need to not burn out for you guys. Because we do love books, and we want to keep reading them. But currently, we're burning out on our books. I need a break from reading for a little bit. I think Cecily does too.
Cecily has to have a break from everything. She has no time for anything.
Yeah. I am going back to school, actually, this month. Or next month. I think it's next month I'm going back to school.
Yeah, you're going to be a busy bee.
I'm going to be super busy. I have a bunch of side projects and things that I do as well. So, hang in there with us if we miss a week. If we are running low. As you can see, I'm finally feeling better from my sick.
You do sound better.
I do. I feel better.
Ooh, this will be post the Super Bowl, so I'm going to be prophetic and be like, how about them Seahawks? because I'm excited.
If they don't win, I'm gonna laugh.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm rooting for the Seahawks. I am not a Patriots fan. That's who's playing, right? Patriots versus Seahawks.
I've decided that I am a Seahawks fan. I have liked them, and I've always enjoyed cheering for them, but I realized I actually got really medicated the other night and therapized myself and realized why I like the Seahawks so much. And it was the year they won the Super Bowl. I actually had a good Super Bowl day because for a while there in my previous relationship, the Super Bowl was always the day to pick a fight for some reason. So
that's funny.
I have like a weird love trauma bond with the Seahawks, and I was very excited to see them go back to the Super Bowl again. And
if you guys
Justin
have any
has a jersey I stealing.
If you guys have any recommendations for books you want us to read, hit us up. If any authors would like to join us in our, episodes, please let us know. We would love to interview an author about their book. We would absolutely enjoy doing that, which we will have. We do have somebody in mind.
We have a couple different ones in mind to talk to and see about, so we're going to try that.
We're going to try. But those will be specialty episodes that will only go out on YouTube or will only go on Patreon or stuff. Because, guys, we're going to set up a Patreon. I've decided we're doing that. Cecily is being informed of this also right now.
We've been talking about it. I just hadn't sat down and done it.
Yeah. I'm going to go binge watch My Hero Academia now. And I really hope that... And also drink a milkshake. And it's freezing. And I know most people are like, why are you going to drink a milkshake? Because it's Florida. And I can. I have adult
it's
money.
not as cold today, so...
No, I have adult money.
Woo-hoo.
I'm going to go do it. So, bye! Oh, yeah. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, wherever you get your stuff, besides Apple, because we still can't figure that one out.
Awesome.
Anyway, I really gotta work with your husband on that one again. Anyway.
I have got to get a ring light, because this bright camera light he has washes me out. I am not this pale.
I'm not this pale, but my light messes me up.
I mean, I am, I guess, my winter pale right now. Got my winter pale face going on.
Okay, Mochi says it's time to end. Bye, guys.